I'm attorney Nick Alcock, and this is the section entitled DUI Penalties, where we're going to talk about what people face in Arizona for various levels of DUIs. There's a lot of misinformation about DUI jail time, and there's a lot of misinformation about when people go to prison, when people get 6 months. And believe me, I talk to plenty of people who come into my office and they think that they've either got a felony when they don't, or they think they're going to go to jail for 6 months when they're not. And so I'm happy to clarify as much as I can about that because I know that people stress needlessly when it comes to DUI jail time. The short story is that if you are facing a DUI for the first time, there's no accident, it's a regular DUI, misdemeanor, 0.08 to 0.15, typically you're going to get a day in jail. If you've already served a day in jail, you might get just credit for time served, and that will be that. Obviously, every case is different, but when you hear that the maximum penalty, people will go to court and they get arraigned and they hear the judge say, you know, your maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, and they panic. Well, it's true, that is the maximum, but I've never seen someone get 6 months for a first offense DUI where their blood alcohol level is around a 0.08, you know, and close to a 0.15. I just don't see that. Assuming that they've never been in trouble before and their license isn't suspended. For an extreme DUI, the penalties skyrocket, so do the fines. And instead of looking at 1 day, you're looking at 30 days or 45 days for an extreme or super extreme DUI. Now, those extreme and super extreme DUIs are misdemeanors, they're not felonies, and people get confused about that as well. They think extreme or super extreme, it sounds like that's the maximum level of DUI. It's not. The maximum level of DUI is called an aggravated DUI. It's class 4 felony, and that's if you have 2 prior DUIs within a 7-year period, or your license was suspended while you were driving and you were impaired to the slightest degree. So if you have priors, basically, you've been in trouble with DUI before, you get your 3rd strike, you're looking at an aggravated DUI. Or if you're driving and you have a minor under the age of 15 in your vehicle, and that's called an aggravated DUI class 6 felony, that is a totally different aggravated DUI statute than the driving while your license is suspended. It's a class 6 felony, not 4, and people usually get sort of the misdemeanor punishment for an aggravated DUI with a child in the car, except for the fact the license suspension is different and it is charged as a felony, and many times you have to work off of your probation to get that felony converted into a misdemeanor. So we know that it's very confusing. We know that people have a lot of questions about DUI. I just hope that if you have any questions whatsoever after you look at this page, give us a call. 602-989-5000 is our number, and I'm happy to speak with you over the phone. We've got a team of experienced DUI attorneys that are ready to take your call, and certainly want to make every resource available to you to answer your questions, especially if you have confusion about, am I charged with a felony, am I charged with a misdemeanor, what's going to happen to me in court. And when people go to that first court date and they hear 6 months, they panic, and a lot of people panic unnecessarily. Or when you're looking at that sheet of paper and you see super extreme, you think, well, that's a felony, but it really isn't. This is where calling an attorney can really come in handy. Just help clarify what you're going to be facing and what the experience will be like when you go to court. So again, 602-989-5000 is our number, and thanks so much for watching.